I'm looking at another statement where you were represented by CSP Ajamalaya in Lagos, and he said, you invariably said that Nigerians have lost confidence in Nigerian police and that they need to get that back in the light of all that is going on. What informed that statement? Because if you did say Nigerians have lost confidence in Nigerian police, and then that is what's going on in Ikorodu, people not reporting case, how do you plan to get that back?
I want to quickly correct that. That statement wasn't made by me, and I think
he didn't represent you.
That was where that DPO went to a function sometimes last year, and we did correct that. That the officer was quoted out of context. But when you talk of confidence, a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, Nigerians lack confidence in the police." It's not about that. Rather,
isn't that a truism?
No, it is false. I can.
They have implicit confidence.
I can debunk that, because you now have more people reporting cases. There are so many platforms through which people now assess the police the more. And in fact, what we engage with more now is proactiveness. People now have confidence to give information to say, okay, these fellows are assembling at so place. And that, prepares to know that, okay, in order for us to nip whatever that is, any untoward incidents in the board, since we've gotten information ahead. There's quite a number of people now, freely give information to the police. That is not the case. And when you talk of confidence, where people talk of lack confidence in the police, just like the Kabiyesi of Imota said that, there have been occasions where arrests were made and handed over to the police, we see them back. Police is just an arm of the criminal justice administration. When you arrest, you send people to court for prosecution, and of course, some of those offenses are bailable. So when suspects are released on bail, or even when they are sentenced to jail and they are released, they don't go to any other places other than the community where they have from. That is not controlled by the police. You can't stop a judge granting a bail. You can't stop a suspect, an accused that has completed his jail term from going back to the community. So police don't have the facilities to say, okay, let us go and keep people these people in the concentration camp.
It's very important to look at your response time, because that seems to be a major problem for people, especially when a crime is being committed in the process. Let's say a kidnapping, for instance, that we've seen in some border states, border areas between two states, Lagos and Ogun, for instance. If the people are advocating that you have got barracks situated along the riverine areas that are flashpoints to fight against these crimes, will it be in order to say that you will move in and establish barracks in those areas?
You see, that's been a subject of debate as to whether we should be kept in barracks. We don't control that. It depends on the resources you have. It depends on the government to say that they are building barracks. But I want to tell you that in Lagos State, the response time, you can go out and check on these, has been very, very good. As I say that here, if you don't get the emergency number, people call me directly, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I won't say this for myself. If you go out and check what the response time is, they will tell you. But what determines response time? A lot of people have come up to say that the minimum or the maximum is 10 minutes. Is everything being equal? If you respond to a crime within Ikoyi in 2 minutes, if you go to a place like Ishawo, it would take you 45 minutes. What takes you 2 minutes to do in Ikoyi will take you 45 minutes at that place. Because a drive from where you have the charge road to where the incident is happening in a place like Ishawo, Elekpete, and all those areas, it's something else. Because the place is not even accessible. So it's a bumpy ride. So the response time is in context to the terrain that you are policing.
Okay. If I could follow up on that, pardon me to butt in. People have the impression that the marine policing aspect of the police is inadequately equipped, because they look at how some of these kidnappings happen, the robberies happen, and they consistently escape through the creeks or the waterways, and they haven't seen that much
if there is
from the police.
anything, I can also say boldly that the marine police in Lagos is about one of the best we have. You have said it. You said the creek. The creeks are not
waterways. The creeks.
Yes, the creeks are not where you can navigate. If you look,
they're different from the waterways.
Yes, yes. If you look at that place where we went, you saw me in the boat. You get the police marine boat to a place, depending on the shallowness of the water, and that is the constraint the marine and the navy are having. So you now have to come out of that boat to take canoes, the paddled canoes. In some of those places where you can probably navigate the marine police boat to where the creeks are located, you will have to paddle a canoe for like about 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes. And we are also talking of not just a waterway, waterlets, streams that is only canoe that can navigate. And when you are navigating, you have the swamp, the bush surrounding you. So it's not just easy like that. No matter the amount of marine police empowerment you have, if you are not used to that terrain, it's also a problem to you, because it's not just a free ride.